Here we go. Welcome to Kiki and Kibit's Survivor Live podcast with me, Brianna, my trusty co-host, Alex, and this
Hello.
beautiful blonde guest that we have,
Hi
Gabby.
guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
You're welcome. Thanks for being our very first ever guest.
I'm so
Woo!
honored.
I know. This is really
I feel
exciting.
special.
We're supposed to have a fourth guest or second guest, fourth person on this podcast. Hopefully she'll show up, another friend of ours.
Not the next
So,
time. There's always next
Yeah.
time.
Wink wink.
Yeah. So we know each other from a former life. We played an online survivor game together. That was
Mhm.
where I confirmed for myself once and for all that I would totally suck at this fucking game. Because I'm
Yup,
always
same.
home going, I could never do this. Like any of it. Nothing. I
No,
couldn't do
the
one
challenges.
challenge. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
Could
think
you?
when
What
people
Underwater?
about you? No, the water. Last night. Oh my God. What about
honestly,
you,
I think
Alex?
it's just a matter of preparation. Like I'm sure that people get told way in advance that they made it on the show, so they know that they have to like work out and get prepped and all this stuff. I think in
Yeah.
the shape that I am right now, I probably would not do well. But if like I applied and I'm like confident that I make it in, like by the time that I applied and got the call back to the point that I actually get flown out, I would have had some work done and I would have swam the
Right.
lanes and I would have
Yeah.
tested myself with those
Get a
puzzles.
trainer.
Not that
Yeah,
it's ever going to
Literally.
happen because they're never going to have an international season apparently, but
that sucks.
never know.
Well, that was like Evie with the pyramid puzzle. She's like, I know this one, and she had made one in
Insane.
her home, and then that was pretty impressive. I thought,
Right.
That's
I
what's
mean,
cool about being like a Survivor fan too. I feel like if you get
typically
cast
I
on the
would
show, you
say
kind of know. Yeah.
typically I would say like don't put your knowledge out there like this, but it's like they're a target anyway, so why not?
Right. Right.
They
What
really
she had to
wanted that
lose.
grilled cheese.
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
gosh. No, but the way
I
that
was
some of
very
them were diving in
impressed.
the water, I was
I
like,
know.
what
I
the
was
heck?
I
These
was
people are
tripping
like
out because
fish.
those were some aggressive jumping and divings. All of them. Tiffany blew my mind. That was like full on like, because don't you always look at them and go, I could never fucking dive like that. Like I'd be the one that belly flop. No, I wouldn't because I'm a scuba diver, but I would jump right in holding my nose. There's no world in which I'm diving.
Tiffany
I
came
No,
a
I
could never
long
won't.
even get
way.
up
Flop.
there.
Tiffany came
You
a
a belly
long way
flop?
from sitting on a balance beam to doing the best dive in a challenge.
I forgot about that.
She looked like a professional. It was crazy.
In the notes today, it was so funny because Gabby's like, I can't believe you hate Tiffany that much. Because all throughout the notes, I'm like, Tiffany is so unlikable. And at the end, I made sure to emphasize it. Like, again, that bitch is
Oh.
really unlikable.
We've
Thank
had
God she's
many
gone.
we've had many conversations about like the people I like and the people she does
Yeah.
not like.
Right.
Right. So who
But
are
I
your
know
guys'
it's me.
like top 3 favorites?
Okay. You go first. You go first because you make sense and I'm just an idiot. My reasons are bad. My understanding is superficial. He
I feel
understands
like
better.
it's honestly like very difficult to really like love some people based on the edit that they're getting. But I
Mhm.
think the people that I like following the most would be in no particular order, Liana, Lasir, and Xander.
Those are good
Nice.
ones. I was
Yeah,
really
I
high
can
on Liana at the
totally
beginning.
get behind that. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
like
She has made some crucial mistakes though.
my thing is that I guess Nasir is very much kind of just happy to be there. He's like not up
Oh.
in anyone's face, and you can tell that he's really just kind of there for the experience and having fun. And you had like these little serious moments of him being like, "Don't say my name." And
Right.
He's like a little
so
puppy
him.
dog though. He's just so happy to be there, it feels
what
like.
Yeah.
I love
what I
him.
respect about Liana is that I think 9 out of 10 people in her situation would have probably thrown the biggest fit over like her advantage being wasted. And she's like, okay, moving on, another day. Let's try something new. Um,
Right.
so it shows that like she's very adaptable. And
Adaptable.
I think she's the youngest out there as of now. Or
Is
I
she?
think her and Xander are both 20 at the
yeah,
time.
Xander's
one
so
off.
cute.
So to be disintuitive at like 20, I was nowhere near that.
No way.
Even though it's like a
I
3 year
feel
difference.
a lot of times like we get less intuitive as we get older in
Mm,
certain ways.
it depends on the situation. And like Xander
Yeah.
just had like so many like polite
What do you
man
think of him?
moments.
Yeah.
Like Erica, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. I'm gonna sacrifice myself for the rice. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
I know. Okay, so watching the episode
Yeah, what do you think
and
of
the last
him?
episode, I
Mhm.
love him. He's one of my favorites too.
Same
I feel
here.
like this might just be me reading it into the edits too much. I feel like he's getting a final 3 loser edit.
Xander.
Yeah.
Wow. What makes you say that?
I think
I don't even
just
know what
based
that
on,
means. Let me be real.
I think just based on like how much like screen time he's getting and like he's such an obvious threat. You know what I mean? I just feel like something's so like off. Like he wouldn't win the season based on everything that's been happening.
Oh, so like Angelina type.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's a good
Makes
comparison.
sense.
I don't know.
I mean,
I could be wrong, but that's just the vibe I
I
get.
I have to give
It's
Xander
adorable.
credit. I have to give Xander credit for being the first surfer boy archetype that I actually liked watching because I typically cannot stand
Is
them.
he a surfer
I-
boy archetype?
I mean, yeah,
I
he
don't
has
think
like
so.
he's like pretty boy, like golden boy.
Like Jay from
Hair, but-
33.
Yeah, golden boy of the season. And every time like I watch the golden boy of the season, I'm just like, okay, so I don't get it. There's just
I
something.
think he looks that way, but his vibe is not that.
Maybe that's
Also,
Yeah, I
he
why.
agree.
wears that big cross all the time. Like, I just have a feeling like he's got cool looking hair, but I'm
He
not
pulls
really
it off.
sure about him. I love him though, and I think he's super cute, and I think he's super smart and strategic and just is good at pretending he's not.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
he's a really smart player, although he's got nothing on Evie, who she did the cutest post today on Twitter. Oh my god, that
All her
meant
posts
Oh, I
are
didn't
so
much to
see
her.
cute.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
I love her.
All her posts
Yeah, how
are
can
cute.
she not be like at the top of our list of favorites? She's
No, for
Think-
sure.
like an underdog that is just pulling it out. Like she won both challenges yesterday. Like that was full on her
Crazy.
in the reward
Yeah.
challenge. Yeah. I love her.
I feel like her and Shan, I like go back and forth with. Like, I feel like one of them is going to be the one to like get the 4th place, like the robbed person of the season. Like both of them give me those vibes. I don't know about Shan so much now,
Yeah,
but I
she's
did
a
at the beginning feel
villain.
that way about her.
I think Shan is probably not long for the game because like we've seen
She's
it multiple
fucking
episodes.
up.
We've seen it multiple episodes that Shan has kind of made her irrational decisions here and then, but this episode in particular was really just displaying bad game move after bad game move after bad game move on Shan's end, and I think they're setting her up for like downfall mania.
Yes.
Like
Yes. Because she was on such a high at the beginning.
I think she's gonna have her moment where she gets to like use her idol and la-di-da, but I don't think she's long for the game after that, unless something like surprising happens, because so many people had so much shit on her this episode, even like Ricard, that it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how do you rebound from that? Even the
Literally.
preview for the next episode
It's
kind of
not
makes
looking
me
good.
think.
And I hope so, because I think she's a hypocrite personally. But the thing, well, what did you guys think of the tone that she was taking with
With the
Deshaun?
Sean.
That whole okay, now walk me through this. Just where did I talk to you? Like she was so patronizing. I was like, you are a bitch. Like you're a
Yeah.
pastor. Like she feels like so hypocritical to me. I don't know.
I feel like she wants to run the
Like
game.
her.
And that's where I think
Oh, of
Deshaun was
course she
getting
does.
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was just getting frustrated because they both want to be in the power, like be one to call the shots. So
I don't
yeah,
even
that
feel
was
like he's
intense.
being that ambitious. I think he just literally wants to
Right.
be on equal footing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I do think that it's more of a thing that Shan like desperately wants to be in control. It's maybe not necessarily her fault. I think maybe her mind is wired in a way that she's like naturally a control freak. But in this game, it's like really not smart to put that on display and release your frustrations the way that she does. Because
Yeah, at
No,
least
yeah.
fake it, even if you feel that way, because she comes across super narcissistic to me. Like, it's really weird. She's like, it's
Yeah.
my job as the pastor to make
Mhm.
everyone think I believe what they say and then make them do what I say. Like, what the fuck? She's like, I was like, what kind of pastor? Like, that's weird, like pathological
Yeah.
stuff to me. That's why I say she's a hypocrite.
I
So
think
we
she's
have-
gonna be. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we have Mary saying she's loving this year, and we have Liv Frank saying that
That's
she
my sister.
needs a Shan blindside. Your
I'm
sister
with
needs a
you.
Shan blindside.
That's what I
Um,
need. That's your sister?
Yeah.
What's her first name? What's her first name?
Olivia.
Olivia, I'm with you, girl. Yes,
I-
see, everyone, we're starting to hate Shan. But Alex is
I don't hate.
No, I think she's ruining Liana's game. I think Shan is going to be Liana's downfall too. That's just how it seems.
I feel like honestly,
toxicity is contagious.
it seems like that like Liana's game is being dragged down by Shan, but you like see all these attempts by Liana to rekindle like her game without like Shan being up in her business. Like her thing with
Right.
Xander, that was like her thing. But I don't know, we'll have to see. Like I would like to think and I would hope that when Shan has to go, she does turn her back on her. Because if she
know.
doesn't, that's when she's gonna tank.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Where do we
Anyway,
think
so that's
Danny is
pretty
gonna place?
interesting. Yeah, Danny, I don't know. He's just probably still on the let's make sure not all the men get voted off trip, I think. Is what's
Literally.
happening. Yeah.
Imagine how
and-
tired we are.
Yeah, right. So like, no. I just
I know, I
don't
feel like
care
he's just
because
along
he's
for
so
the
pretty.
ride.
Just
Yeah.
stay on for some eye candy. That's how I feel because I just want to
Right.
objectify him. I feel like I've been objectified enough in my life that it's my turn.
It's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
So something
It's-
weird
we can
about
do it.
this season stylistically that I want to point out is that whole like remember in the first episode Jeff Probst was like, and this time around we're gonna make you feel like an insider. We're gonna really show
Yeah,
you
the
what's happening
fourth law
behind the
breaking
scenes.
is
Yeah, but the way they're doing it is just distasteful. That whole like, and in Survivor we hide the advantage, and it's there just for
yeah, like
just
come on,
for the
there's
person
people
that's got keen sense of
there's
observation.
people who watch
like,
this show for 40 seasons. They're all excited to be back. Nobody's a dumbass. Everyone understands what's
Right,
going on.
we
You
know
don't need
what
to
is going
explain.
on.
You don't need to
Plus,
explain
it
this
says
to the
where everything
audience.
is.
advantage in really big letters. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
the thing says
Oh
advantage.
my
and
god,
it
wow,
says it
thanks, Jeff
underneath the bench.
Probst.
We
I would
don't
have
need
never
you to
seen
break
it
it down
coming.
for us. Right.
Yeah, it was weird. And like them showing them come to the challenge, like I felt like we were watching like a behind the scene clip. Like it was just weird to me. It was like bringing the boat.
Well,
and then they came
that
in.
was the intention, I think. But I guess I don't think it's working. I don't think it's having the desired effect. Like, I don't feel like an insider. I feel like, why are you talking to me like I'm an idiot?
Like I've never watched Survivor
Yeah.
before.
Right, exactly. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
so they
that was
draw
just a lot.
rocks, and Erica gets the rock again. This chick's got like a
I really
black
hope
cloud
that
over her
I
head.
really hope that they don't actually draw rocks this season because Homegirl
She's
is
done.
fucked.
She's
done.
done. I know.
Oh, I just
She
know that
really
she-
has bad luck.
I just
She'll be
know
the
that-
one to flip purposely so they don't have to draw rocks. If it comes down to it.
I just know people are gonna make fun of her like for this moving forward. And based on a preview, actually no, I'm not sure if it's an official preview, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Sorry.
Jeff talking
Okay,
to
so
the camera is too much, is what Olivia says.
Going
And
back to
also,
like,
that's what your
yeah.
sister said.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah, I
okay,
feel like-
I don't listen to my sister.
going back to that though, like, have we ever seen them like draw rocks to be on their tribe? Like, you know, like the challenge tribes, don't they usually just say, okay, we're gonna draw for spots, and then they just start automatically like,
I
or
think there's
Yeah.
been
losing my mind?
variations
We've
of
seen-
that many times.
I think we've seen them draw when they did the split tribe twist in Island of Idols, where they like
Mhm.
split them
Oh,
into
right.
two teams.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
And
it's
we've seen rock
happened.
draws at auctions back when they still existed.
Yeah.
So
I'm just thinking
No,
like
bring back a
usually when-
Survivor auction. I love that.
Seriously,
you
those
know
are
what
the
they
best,
need
like,
to
the best
bring back?
episodes.
I watched all 40 seasons of Survivor again during COVID because I was like, I know this pandemic will end before I'm done with this. And then I was like, what happened to the gross food challenges? Like,
I
those were the
know.
best. Like, why aren't they making them eat grubs and fucked up shit?
The last
Like,
one was on
I live for that.
Ghost Island, right?
yeah, like
I don't know
honestly,
which was the
I don't know
last.
what you guys mean. Like obviously they're making people push boulders and shit just to say you lost anyway, you know? They have to make time for that.
No, Alex is so salty about it. He's like,
I still
it is
still
not
hate it.
Danny
fair.
was salty too. Danny was
Like,
angry.
I'm a
Yeah.
bystander and I am salty for Sydney Seagal.
You know what
Right,
I have
yeah.
to say? Alex has a very evolved sense of justice, and I like that about you. Just throwing that out there. It's good to have
You're
a sense
If
of
it
what's
happened
fair
in
and
like
not
if
fair.
it happened in like an online game, like we played them, whatever, like we're gonna complain about it, but it fucked her out of $1 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
true.
million.
That's the big difference.
$1 million. That is a lot.
And
of
if she would have kept her vote, would she have voted for Evie or Deshawn?
I think based on post-game interviews, it would have been Evie, but
And then it would have tied, right?
I think Sydney says that she doesn't actually regret it because like she knew that she had to take the shot knowing that like it wasn't guaranteed she could have still left on a revote. But
Yeah, true.
I'm
And she probably would have.
yeah.
mhm.
And that was interesting. It's like they cut into this episode and it's all about how literally no one trusts anyone anymore. Evie's like
was
to
such a
Liana,
weird-
she's like
yeah.
on a personal level, us, we're fucked. And like we're done, bitch. She was so, and then Evie goes to talk to Deshawn, and Deshawn's like, bitch, we're done. Like it's all like nobody trusts anyone. And then the Yase three are like, yeah, we were, ride or die. And now I don't trust any of those bitches. Like it was just nobody trusts anybody. It's like,
Yeah, it was
chaos.
weird. It was weird for when Deshawn was like so mad and he's like, they're scrambling, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you expect them to do? Just roll over and die? Like, this is a game. Like, they're obviously not going to just sit there and be like, yep, okay, on to the next. Like, obviously, they're going to try to like make new alliances.
Of
I like
course.
being irrational with that.
It's weird. A lot of people this season have like some entitlement, but I think that people are very like short fused because it looks like they're actually not getting a lot of food. Like
No, they're
that
starving.
Yeah.
you know that they're starving when they're fighting over papayas.
Okay, so what do
Peace.
you think about
Peace.
that situation?
I
Are
think
we
Shan
for
was.
or against Ricard in that situation?
I think Ricard was the bad one in that situation because
Yeah, same.
He literally like it wasn't like a matter of just having a papaya the same day. It was literally asking for a slice as he was coming back from the reward immediately after. So it's like,
Yeah.
I get the reaction.
I kind of
Yeah.
do too.
And I feel like
I do too.
him and Shan have been together this whole game and they know how to push each other's
Mhm.
buttons, I think.
They don't like
Yeah.
each other. Like I
But
have a
it's like-
strong feeling they fucking don't like each other. They're
It's like-
And they're
trying
just
to stay
putting on a
together.
front.
Big
it's like
time.
they told him that he shouldn't have any either, and he still took some. So
He said, some for me. And then was like, oh my God. I was like,
Was
why are
that
you so
purposeful
angry?
though?
Oh,
Was
he
he
had to have
he
been.
definitely wanted to eat. Yeah.
No,
because she literally was like,
that's to
no.
provoke her. Yeah.
Olivia says
Oh,
that she wishes the four Yase would have stayed together. And I
same.
mean, I don't think that it would have really worked out based on like the Liana and Xander like
No.
little clash.
She wanted him dead.
And I mean, Shan just kind of, I guess, did a good job at winning Liana over. And Liana's also not wrong in realizing that all of Yase are strong players that she needs to take out. Not saying that the
Yeah.
others are not strong players, but like you
I
have
know, but
Heather
give it a
and
minute. I don't
Erica
know.
and those people in comparison to Xander and Evie and Tiffany, who are all like strong in their own ways. So
Right.
So let me ask you a question. They've talked about this on the show before. Should you trust no one, or to win, do you need to trust someone or a few someones?
you need to trust people, but you can't trust anyone 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if you look at all like the best winners who've like played the best games, they've always had like one or two people in their corner. Not like five, not their whole tribe, like it's always been like one or just like a couple people. Yeah. That I can think of.
I don't know how I feel about it. I just know that when I did play an online game, that was my instinct, which was to like choose the people that I really trusted and connected with and put my
Mhm.
eggs in their basket.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that's how I met Alex. Really honestly, like I
No, same.
bonded with him. I like just fell in love with him immediately, and I would have trusted you until it was down to like final three.
Right.
And then I
No,
would
I know,
and then
and
I
that's
would
the
have
thing.
quit so you could win. Because like
Yeah.
I'd rather you win than me.
yeah, I got 11 slots short of that.
I know, I was
I got
so-
15, so we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I think
You're
trust is a
both
lot
winners
about
in
like
my book.
I think trust is a lot about similarities and just like bouncing thoughts off each other and your personalities balancing out. Like you can have a hothead in a group that has someone that's calm if the hothead allows themselves to get calmed down by the calm person, you know.
Right.
And like the calm person also has to recognize that when the hothead is going crazy, that maybe there's reason behind it. Like there's a lot of components to why certain people work together and trust each other, and it's just about energy. So,
Yeah,
No,
balance,
and
right?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing in choosing allies is like personally for me, like if I can be friends with the person first, it's so much easier. It's like such like a better working relationship when you actually like the person and you're not like, oh,
Yeah,
we need to work together
totally.
because we need to work together kind of thing. Which I feel
That's what I mean about
kind of
Ricard and
like-
Shan. I think they
Yeah.
felt like they had to work together, but I really don't think they like each other.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
that's
weird
a perfect
dynamic.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that they would have kept Jeannie. I was a Jeannie stan. I really
Oh,
loved
she
her.
was really cute. I know. She was.
Jeannie was
Yeah, I
screwed
wish
over.
we had her here too.
Jeannie was
She was
Jeannie
robbed.
Jeannie was screwed over because they chose not to have a swap so that they could put all the Beware idols into play.
The freaking idols. Oh my gosh. If I had to listen to Xander say that phrase one more time, I was literally going to lose my mind.
How has not one of them been played yet? That's
I know.
what's shocking
I'm
to
like,
me.
These guys are
shocked.
ballsy,
Xander.
right? And especially this
Xander.
one with Ricard, who kept saying to him, "Play your idol, play your idol, play your idol." And I was like, whose side is he on? Is he just obviously trying to flush out the idol? Like,
Yeah,
does
that
he
was
think
so obvious.
Xander is that stupid? Like that you
Apparently.
can just say that out loud, like, do this, make this mistake, make this like
Like-
he's a smart guy. He's smart.
what sold him out was the please. Like, please play your idol. Please.
Yes. Yes.
Just
That
be
was
like
like
so
Ricard, seriously.
he just needed to
awkward.
slide. He just needed to slide him like subtle, like, hey, I think you might need to play your idol.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
My heart was beating though, because I was nervous. I was like, I feel like Xander's smart enough to not play it. I really hope he doesn't. And then I was like so relieved. I was like, thank the Lord, because that would have been terrible
This
and
was
really
a
sad.
really crazy ass tribal, you know? It was
So
like,
weird too.
wait a minute, what happened? Like, first of all, it's like, no, I mean, Heather's like, oh, wait, we're done. I thought we were going to talk. And then suddenly she's running around with some kind of plan. Like, I don't know where she was coming from with that or
There's like a
why
was
she
meme.
so
chose
funny.
Nasir.
There's a meme circulating around of Heather whispering to Tiffany's ear, just wait and trust me. And then it cuts to her like voting for
Yeah,
I saw
right. She
that.
voted for Tiffany. Oh my God.
I was
What
so
the
confused
hell?
though, how they landed on
I was
Tiffany.
really confused and I rewound a few times at the end to like take stock of who everyone
I
voted
think
for.
I
It
think
was
Tiffany
weird.
I think Tiffany was the plan going in tribal, and Heather wanted to switch it to Nasir for whatever reason. Um, and or maybe she never wanted to switch it to Nasir at all, and it was just a fake plan. Um,
Yeah,
and
maybe to
yeah,
flush
there's
his
that.
idol,
Maybe.
because they know he has
I'm
an idol
shocked that he
too.
didn't. I'm shocked that Nasir didn't use his after that. That makes me think that maybe it was a fake plan.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, and what did you think about that whole thing where Ricard's like, we don't know what to believe? These guys are acting like they're all ready to turn on each other, but is it all theatrics, just like last tribal council's theatrics?
That's
That
like
was,
the
I mean, he
typical.
called them out.
That's the typical survivor drama. Like every time a tribal council, someone gives the generic, oh, you can't trust anyone. You can't trust if this is true, like kind of answer, so that they don't
Yeah.
give themselves away.
I don't know what I really think is like he did a really good job. They did a good job faking him out last time. That's
Yeah.
why he literally, I think, is like, no, this could happen to me again.
Yeah. True. True.
What do you think of Ricard?
I think that Ricard is just being edited as a game bot. Like he has barely any
Yeah.
personal content, and you just kind of see him as like game, 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 game. I have no emotions, game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't like him that much
Yeah, I
at
think
first,
so.
but now I'm kind of Team Ricard over Shan. Like
Me
I would
too.
rather
I've
choose
felt that way
Ricard
most
than
of the
Shan.
time.
I actually
I
think
like
Ricard's
him
gonna
less
outlast
though.
Shan.
I
I
think so
actually
too.
Yeah,
think so.
he's shady though. He's shady as fuck.
So
She's
shady.
so shady too. They deserve each other.
A lot
I
of
don't
these
like
people are.
Shan.
A
I
lot of
don't
these
like her
people are
at all.
really strange.
Yeah, it's like this is such an interesting cast because I feel like you like looking at them all like individually and then putting them all together, it's like I'm surprised there hasn't been more drama, honestly, with like Deshaun's personality, with like even Tiffany, like she was pretty outspoken, like pretty like
Yeah.
abrasive person. I'm surprised she
Abrasive
wasn't
is the
like in
perfect word.
fights with people at camp,
Mhm.
you know?
What do you think of
So yeah, it's
Deshaun?
just interesting. I think he's gonna be the villain. I think he's gonna turn into the villain, honestly.
What?
hmm I like him
Oh
though. I do
my
like him,
God.
but I think he's gonna be. I
Wow, I'm
think he's gonna be a villain.
surprised that
I'm
you're saying.
like I'm like on the fence about Deshaun because he has the potential to be a good narrator, but this episode was also like kind of focused on him having like a bad attitude about a lot of things.
Yeah. No.
But
Exactly.
I think I need to see like more of him because I think that this episode in particular displayed a lot of people's bad attitudes, so it's not necessarily his fault.
I don't know. I kind of like how he stood up to Shan. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone lets her run all over, like roll
That's
people.
yeah,
steamroll
like he
people.
No one wants to
he's
speak
like
up.
he's definitely correct, and like it's good that he told her off. Like that was good. The tribe situation where he's like he said something about like let me tell you what to do or whatever, like that was a little like okay,
Yeah.
calm down.
Right, calm the fuck down. And by the way, women
Yeah.
are used to men speaking over them, like their whole lives. Like we spend our whole lives being talked over by men. So
Yep.
shut up.
Retweet.
But seriously, she's very domineering and that would trigger the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I would be just like Deshaun's way ruder. I'd be like, will you shut the fuck up and stop talking over me? Like that, I couldn't even say, like, I need someone to listen to my point of view too. I would have been like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
I think he handled the situation well, honestly.
So
especially, like, given
I
the
like
circumstances, they're all cranky and not eating and they're tired. Like,
I
would have snapped on a bitch.
Same.
I think they were like reacting, like they were a little over dramatic when Deshaun just sat down and was like, I'll vote whatever you say. It's fine. And they're like, come here, like let's talk about it. And he's like, I'm good with the plan. He's like, don't be like that. And I'm like, okay, he's literally telling you that he's voting what you want to vote.
I
know,
know.
but they didn't believe him
so
because he
much.
sounded sarcastic, and that was one of those names I was checking at the end to see if
He's
he
like,
did
I'm
go
done.
with the
I'm
plan.
done talking about it.
Actually,
His
honestly,
facial expressions are everything, though. Like when
She keeps
Xander,
cock blocking him. So
who shit?
yeah,
I did think for a second that Heather was about to be like, okay, here, have some airtime and goodbye, good riddance, unanimous vote, sis. Like it was totally setting it up, like her like just going off at tribal and like failing miserably, and then Shan being like, let's just vote Heather. I'm like, well, Heather is about to go, isn't she?
Right.
I mean, I would vote Heather. I don't even want to look at her anymore. She's annoying.
She
Wait,
is annoying. I said that too.
Did she wear a
She
visor
just
this
annoys
episode?
me. What's that?
Did she wear a visor this episode?
She keeps wearing that blue visor, which just, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I
was
wouldn't
like so
speak to anyone
confused.
with that blue visor. Yeah, no, I know. That's like a glamour fashion don't right there.
I remember last week I texted my sister and I said, Heather annoys me so much. My sister's like, she's not even shown in an episode. How does she annoy you? I was like, just in her
you,
presence,
Olivia.
it annoys me.
Oh, Olivia just
Mary's
Olivia
saying she still doesn't know what happened in tribal council.
Olivia brought
No
up
one
a
does,
good
Mary.
point. Olivia said
Yeah.
everyone's trying so hard at tribal to be Xander, but nobody will top
Nobody
Xander's
will
move.
top his move.
I agree.
That's what I mean.
true.
He's smart. He's
People
like
wanna-
not quite Evie level. Evie,
But
you killed it,
my-
girlfriend.
My thing is like
Proud
my
of
thing is
her.
like honestly, when you sit in the end, nobody gives a shit like how many flashy moves you made. You need to actually be able to explain your game, and what's a move in the game is when you sit there and you're like, okay, all these people were trying super hard to be like involved at tribal, and I just minded my business so that my target would be smaller. Like passive game
Right.
is good game. So
Yeah.
I think
I am
he's a
honestly-
really good player.
I'm honestly shocked that Deshaun and Danny haven't tried to like link up and work with Xander and use him as a shield for them. They're like the two next like strongest guys, I feel like. Like, why wouldn't the three of them even Ricard?
oh yeah, Danny going on this whole we need to keep the men in the game and then voting Xander. Like, I wonder why he was
Yeah.
like, did they just like throw votes? Is that
They-
what
I
happened?
don't know what was going
had-
on. Well, they were talking about splitting the vote earlier, but they were talking about splitting it between Nasir and Tiffany, right?
That was not a good split.
That
That
I wonder
was-
if they thought Tiffany would play the idol on her because she had the idol, even though I'm sure she gave it back to Xander, obviously. But I wonder if that was maybe their thought. They were like, oh, if Heather plays or if Tiffany plays the idol on her, then we vote like Xander's the next most. I don't know what their
Maybe.
thought process was.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, it's getting better, don't you think, Alex? Like, I thought that was a good episode.
It was okay. I was like,
Survivor critic.
yeah, I was like it was easier to follow. It was just weird how much like negativity was put on display at once. Like it was like it I guess it was balanced in a degree because you had like the you had like Xander like obviously doing this nice thing for Erica, and you had like them enjoying the moment and Evie having her their moment and winning the challenge. But it's like you also have this like cringe-worthy negotiation part, which is obviously like them trying to recreate the David versus Goliath scene. You
Yeah.
had just Shane going crazy, Heather going crazy, everyone going crazy for that matter. You had this whole like Yase sucks segment, and it's just like, okay, like they really want to all like they really want us to hate all of them, don't they?
I know. Well,
Yeah.
maybe they made it look like they all hate each other. Like nobody
Yeah.
trusts anybody. Maybe Danny and Deshaun trust each other, but I don't know who
Yeah,
else.
maybe
Yeah.
that's what they think is good TV. What
I
about
really
It's
how
just
wish I
drama.
could do a good Evie
stop the
impression. And now
Olivia
she
said,
went to
stop this
everyone.
Heather slander. And then she said, what about how Erica was going to be the first person voted out after she got back from exile,
Yeah.
but now she's not
That's
even
And
because
that
voted
she's
was
a
out?
goat. She's a goat. She
Yeah.
does whatever
Yeah.
they tell her. She just like runs behind them and does whatever they say. So they need her
and she
now.
was on the bottom, so it makes no sense. Like I was really upset last episode with the whole Xander
Mhm.
Evie thing when Erica just
Mhm.
went with like Deshaun. I was like, why doesn't
I
she
noticed
push
that
on
too,
them?
by the way. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
It makes sense that Erica would fade in the background because the editors are kind of doing the same thing to her. So
True.
She's like a giant woman baby. If you look at her, she just like they cut to her at one point and I was like, who's that
no,
baby?
that's
She looks like a
me.
Oh my gosh, no, I wanted
What?
I wanted to mention
It's
this because
true.
like when they were doing the challenge, obviously they do it based on your height, like because you have to like hold the thing. Did you see how high her
Yeah.
beam was?
Yeah.
She is so small. I was like, her thing is like up to like Danny's knees.
I can relate to this. I wonder if
Same.
she's shorter than me or taller than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 5 feet.
I'm 4'11".
Shut up. I
My
like
doctor told me I was
5'10".
never gonna be 5'.
You're 5'10".
And I cried.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, my
What'd you
doctor
say?
told me I was never gonna hit 5 foot, and I cried in the doctor's office.
I don't know why we height shame people.
I know.
No, honestly, like
Shame them for their giant woman baby face.
every time I hear like height and people saying that others are short and whatever, and that I meet
Yeah.
people in person, I'm like, honestly, like it's just like this much of a difference, so who cares?
I don't know. With
Not when you
me,
meet
it's
us.
like a foot of difference. It's really like I have
Literally.
pictures with my ex-husband who was 6'2". I look like a 5-year-old next to him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, my boyfriend's 6'4".
I mean,
I'm like
See,
below. I'm like
exactly.
below his nipple.
Right. It's so funny. It's like if you take pictures from behind, it's like, look, there's his 5-year-old daughter.
Right. Literally. That's funny. Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
So who's the MVP of the episode?
That's a hard one for me.
I want to say Xander, but he obviously did not vote right. Like he's still in a minority position, but it's like he avoided being the target and still has an idol. I thought that the MVP of the episode was strangely Liana, because she's recovering very well, like from her fuck up. It was like basically not even mentioned afterwards. It's like, okay, she wasted her advantage, whatever. And it focused very much on her like trying to repair like strategic relationships and basically like trying to work with Xander and those people. And when everyone was like hating on each other, like the only thing that people mentioned about Liana was just, you turned on us and it hurt. And it's like,
Yeah.
no one was like, oh, Liana's such a bitch. She's so bad at this game. She's terrible. They were just like, wow, she turned on us. I'm so shocked. So I think it was a good episode for her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the MVP, Gabby?
Well, I think the obvious would be Evie. I think she obviously killed both challenges.
True.
But I'm gonna say, and this is only because of him sticking up to Shan. I'm gonna say Deshaun. I think
I have a strong feeling about that too. I feel that way too. I don't like her bullying everyone. She's a bully.
Right. Yes, I agree. And I think
don't
him
like
standing
it.
up to her in that episode is going to be a little bit of a story arc now, I think, between
It's
the two of them.
iconic, man. It's like, when have you
Yeah.
ever had a man have to say that to a woman? It's like a
I-
total
Right.
role reversal.
I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be a storyline that's not gonna last. One of them's gonna be knocked out soon. They have
Yeah,
to.
I
I
could see that
hope
too.
it's Shan. I just,
I think it will be.
there's no justice in the world if Shan gets to win. Like, don't
No
let
way.
it happen, people. I'd be so fucking pissed.
I don't
But
think
it's
she'll
not
even make it
okay.
to 4. I doubt she'll even
I'm
make it to
checking.
Final 4, honestly.
Olivia says that Evie is queen. So what about who's the loser of the episode?
Heather?
Heather
Is she a
and
fucking loser?
Heather and Shan, both of them.
I'll
are
give them
really-
co losers. Agree.
It's
Heather had a moment to be iconic by flipping the vote.
Flopped.
She did. And she flopped.
Flopped.
It was embarrassing. But you know what? It's
It's-
funny that none of us said Tiffany when she was actually the loser. Like, she
Because we
actually
don't
went out.
actually like, honestly, I can't explain why she was voted out other than her
Yeah, it
being
made
Because
Yase.
zero
she's
sense.
abrasive, I think. She's
Liana
not,
was
I
t-
wouldn't have trusted her though either. Like, she was smart
Last-
and she was aggressive.
Last
I think she'd
episode,
kick some
like
ass.
last episode, Liana was talking about like how Tiffany is super charismatic and like people really
Yeah.
like her. And I think like those were probably reasons why she was voted up. But this particular episode, Tiffany was not highlighted as someone that was playing bad. It's just
Right.
Shan and Liana had their sights set on her after Evie, and she just got
Yeah.
unlucky.
Who would you have voted off?
I can't really tell you because I don't know who I would have worked with at the time.
Yeah. Right, good point. Everyone has their price.
Well,
What about you, Gabby?
the thing that's interesting to me now that I like look back at it, would the whole of like Xander Evie iconic moment at Tribal even have happened without Tiffany? Like, Tiffany's the one that found out about the advantage
No, it
because
wouldn't
Shan
have.
said it in front of her. So I feel
Yeah.
like
It wouldn't have.
that was like her in a way.
I
mean,
guess
obviously
I feel
Xander,
like
Evie pulled it off.
Evie, I'm sorry. I was talking to Evie.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just gonna say I think Tiffany, like, you know, she was a big part in that.
Yeah, but I feel like Evie would have masterminded another plan because girlfriend is an ultra genius. I am like, she blows me away. I mean, she's a
Isn't she a
Harvard
doctor?
PhD. She's a Harvard
Yeah.
PhD student. Like,
Crazy.
that's hard.
No,
But
it
also
is.
she's good. Like, I don't know. I think she's really smart. I would love for her to get far in this game. Somehow I don't
Same.
feel like it's gonna happen though. Because they'd be dumb because she should be intimidating. You know?
Yeah.
I would be afraid of her. I think Nasir is
I feel like
gonna
I would
sneak
work
up
with
from
her.
behind. You would? I would want to work with
Yeah.
Evie for sure. What about
Yeah.
Nasir?
I like her.
Oh, Nasir's someone that would probably like I think Nasir's probably one of the people that you like want to scoop up as an ally because
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's easy to get along with in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I think all that he really needs is for you to display loyalty and you'll have like his undying loyalty back.
Oh, he's sweet. He's such a cute person.
I know.
So,
and the way he like
who's
talks
your-
about his daughter.
Sorry. I know.
I just like,
Come on. My heart melts. Exactly. So who do you think will make it to Final Four? I like to update this every episode. Let's see if our friend Mary's like, stop height shaming.
Who do I think is going to be in the final four?
I think Danny, maybe. I feel like he's either
Oh,
gonna
okay.
get sniped like soon or he's gonna make it far. I feel like people don't see him as like a strategic social threat. I think they
think
just see him
Danny-
like,
a
physically.
physical threat.
I think Danny
Mhm.
might even like be getting like a fourth place at it.
Yes,
to a degree.
that's what I was thinking.
Because
I was thinking that
fourth place is one of the two extremes. Either you're hyper involved and super like you're set up for
Robbed.
the shock boot, or you're someone that's just like recognized as like doing decently and you're part of an alliance and you're a loyal soldier, but you just kind of like get the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
I think Danny, Deshaun, Liana, and Nasir.
That's a good final four. Who do you think wins out of the four?
I think Liana.
Really? I think Nasir. But
I don't know if people
Depends.
will respect Nasir's game if it comes, unless he like picks it up the next
I don't think.
round.
I think he hasn't really let it rip yet. I think he's strategic as fuck, and right now he's working on building relationships. Also, that man, he can get anything out of a tree. I have nothing but respect for Nasir.
I liked on your notes it said, what did it say? Jungle's daddy or something?
Jungle Daddy. Yeah. Love that, right? Come on.
Yeah,
That's funny.
honestly, it's honestly like so hard to predict though, because like every episode you think people are doing well, and then you cut to the next
Yeah.
episode and they're giving them like the shit edit or they're voted
Spiraling.
out. Like
Yeah.
I wish
I
Evie and
think-
Nasir could be in the final four, but that'll never happen.
I think they're trying super hard to like hide who's gonna be the winner, but I just feel strangely confident that we're not gonna see Eric or Heather win, and everyone else.
Oh, definitely not.
I think
No
everyone
way.
else
No.
everyone else is pretty fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
think that might
Erica
be like
on Exile
the final
Island.
vote.
She's like, oh, they underestimated me. Well, now they're gonna see what a survivor is really like. And then she
Yeah,
just goes
like-
and votes with the crowd.
Yeah, like
Okay.
girl, you said, hold on, what'd she say? She said, ready to play like a lion. Where's the lion, sis?
Yeah, right?
Where's the
Someone
lion?
named Jay is online, and Jay says he loves you in all caps. You have
To
like
who?
a
Jay said,
You.
Gabby, I love you.
Oh,
Gabby, I love
aw.
you.
I told you I was gonna have
Who
all my
is
friends
this?
watch.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Final four is so hard. It's so hard to predict. 'cause it's
No,
like-
but that's why we want to do it every week, because it's like then you can see
Yeah.
how how it
Actually-
changes from the beginning. I think it's kind of cool. It's
Actually-
like every point you can project it.
Actually,
Right.
let's take out like let's take out one of Danny or Deshaun and replace them with Xander, because I think people have bound
I love
to
that.
like recognize them as like a strong duo and vote one of them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, there's no way they both make four.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. But I thought it was pretty good. I give this episode a strong B plus. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I mean, I was entertained.
Last episode?
What was that?
Yeah.
Alex?
I was
last
entertained,
episode will
safe
go
to say.
down.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Last episode was go down as what?
I was just gonna say last episode will go down as like one of the most iconic tribals ever, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday
Like
or
next
the week
to-
before?
Last
with
week,
Alex.
with Xander
Alex
Abby
running that. That was really good. That was
Yeah.
iconic. Yeah, it was a really slick move. Anyway, cool. Well, thanks to all of you who tuned in, and I hope you will subscribe and come back again next time. And leave us your thoughts in the comments. Like, Gabby, you just brought a ray of sunshine.
Well, I love you both so much.
Yeah.
So
I
thanks for
love
having
you,
me.
and
I
I hope you'll
enjoyed
come
it.
back. It was super.
Thank you for joining
Always.
us.
Anytime.
Yeah, exactly. Good. I know she's like a big reality TV lover. We bonded over 90 Day Fiance, and then she was one of our first YouTube subscribers.
I love
Oh,
90
that's-
Day Fiance.
I know, me too. Anyway, have a great night, everyone.
Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for
Bye.
joining us.